Leilani Joy here, and welcome to my Paint Along, the show where you can paint along with me in real time while I answer your questions. I am excited to bring you a new episode today, episode number 4, and I'm going to be starting a new piece today, which I'm going to challenge myself and try and finish during the paint along, so we'll see how this goes. I was actually really unsure if I was going to be able to do a paint along this week. I had like kind of a crazy thing happen to me, which you guys will see momentarily. I injured myself while pruning my clementine bush, and my finger got punctured by a giant thorn and swelled up to the size of Texas. And it was very frightening, and I couldn't move my hand for almost a week. So today is the first day that I'm actually able to move it. And for your viewing pleasure, I will be wearing a really ugly Band-Aid with my little guinea pig ring on it. So that's why that is. But I am so grateful today that I can actually hold a pencil and or paintbrush again, because it was like really frightening and like devastating to think that I couldn't use my drawing hand anymore. So I don't know, just kind of makes you appreciate things, right? Anyway, let's roll my overhead camera and get started on this piece today. So for today, I'm going to be working on a piece inspired by this little frame that I picked up recently at World Market. And if you have World Market or Cost Plus near you, they have some amazing frames, and they're all really unique. And I just saw this one. It was the only one they had, and it was kind of hidden in the back. And I just kind of fell in love with it, and I just wanted to do something for it, and I haven't gotten around to it. And since I'm a little bit burnt out on Medusa for the moment, she'll be done soon. She's almost there. I just have to take a little break from it. So I'm gonna be doing a little piece to go with this frame. And I really loved the little like old-fashioned silhouette portrait that was already in there. So I thought it would be fun to kind of reinvent it and put my own spin on this image. So while I was thinking about profile portraits, I mean, probably you guys feel the same way I do, that you have one thing that's kind of like your weakness, like it's hands or the figure or whatever. But I have for a long time felt that profile view was really the most challenging thing for me. I think I can do like a straight on now. As you know, I do a lot of straight on poses. So earlier today, I decided to do a little experiment and do some little profile studies. And I really enjoyed doing these, and just kind of trying to narrow down like what my character, what my stylized girl looks like in profile view. And while I was doing these, I remembered the one of my oldest videos, actually, which was about finding your own style and stuff. It's super old. But I'm just going to insert this really quickly. These were the ones I did in 2009 when I was doing a similar experiment where I was trying to kind of like find my own style and drawing these little kind of like character references for myself. And I don't know, I just thought it was really interesting to now compare those to these and just kind of see like how my style has adapted and changed over the years. And I just think would be kind of a cool thing for you guys to experiment with too, and just to see how you've progressed over time. I know on Deviant Art this is a really popular thing called Draw This Again or Draw It Again, something like that. But it's really kind of cool to like compare your old work to your new work. Anyway, so with that, I did a little, I've started a little sketch here to go with my frame, and I wanted to kind of do this old-fashioned kind of like Victorian-looking portrait, and I don't know, that's just kind of what spoke to me when I saw this frame. It's just almost like this like Gibson girl kind of thing. So that's sort of my inspiration. It's going to be sort of this, I don't know, Alice meets Victorian meets Gibson girl. That's kind of what I'm going for. Yes, I'm doing kind of a very loose Alice inspiration again. I guess she inspires most of my work. Anyways, let's get started on this. I'm going to finish the drawing stage a little bit, and then I'm going to start on the questions. So let's get started. Okay, actually, before I start that, I do want to do one more thing really quickly. So, I liked how in the frame here that they had kind of like this pattern around the circle. So I'm going to emulate that with some paper that I have that has this kind of cool pattern on it. And I'm going to cut out the oval shape, and then I'm going to actually adhere that, collage that onto the canvas paper, and then paint on top of that. So I'm going to just do that really quickly. I'm just going to cut it out, and then I'll jump back in and start answering questions. All right, so 1 second. Okay, so I have cut out my little frame here, and I'm going to be using some soft gel medium to adhere this right here onto my little canvas. And the trick to this is, is doing it quickly, but I usually put it on the back first and then smooth that down. Well, actually what I do is I put some, I'm going to put some of the medium on the board and some of the medium on the back of the paper. I've found that that just helps it like adhere a little bit better. Geez, I can't open this. Ah, God, okay, I have to be She-Hulk to open your gloss medium. Okay, so I'm going to get my brush just a little bit wet, just very, 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 just so it's soft. Okay, and here we go. I'm going to first put some gloss, some of the soft gel on the brush. Then I'm going to go ahead and brush it on here. Quickly, you want to do this super quick because it dries super quick. Okay, and then I'm going to paint it quickly on the back of the collage paper. Okay, and concentration, total concentration right now. Okay, hang on, almost got it. There we go. Not too bad. Okay, just make sure that's on there smoothly, and it looks like I actually did a pretty good job. Sorry, a little Curb Your Enthusiasm humor. The big Larry David fan. I don't know if you guys knew that. Random factoid for you. All right, anyways, I have wasted enough time showing you guys instructional, useful things. So let's go ahead and start answering some of the questions. Okay, so my first question, I have one from Twitter. I only got one from Twitter. Don't know why, but it's fine with me because I seem to have enough social media to keep track of. So my one question from Twitter was from @TardisTrails, and they asked, do you ever watch other artists on YouTube or art videos? Yeah, not super often. I don't find that I have like a whole lot of time to watch YouTube. I think I mentioned before, I kind of prefer like audio things, so I like those like, you know, 28-hour or 48-hour mysteries and audiobooks, things like that. So because when I'm working, I can't really focus on something visual. So I don't watch that much YouTube. But probably my favorite, I think I've mentioned this before, is Mary Doodles. If you guys have not seen her channel, please go check her out. I'm sure she's got a million more followers than I do, but she is amazing, and she's so funny and genuine, and I honestly do not know how she does it. She just draws, and it comes out so good. Like, you guys can probably tell, I put, like, sometimes I feel too much thought into things, and she just does it, like, on the spot, and I just think it's incredible, and I'm super jealous of her talent. One of my personal favorite videos is her Draw My Hell video. It's so hilarious. Like, I totally wanted to try and copy that, but I know mine just wouldn't be as good, so I probably won't even bother. But yeah, check out Mary Doodles if you haven't watched her before. Okay, so now we're going to do the top coat. It looks like I got it on there pretty smoothly, which is awesome. And I'm going to go ahead and put a top coat of the soft gel to seal this on nice and good. I should probably mention that the paper, I also sprayed with matte medium before, spray fixative. I sprayed it with spray fixative before I put it on here, just so the ink of the paper wouldn't bleed, and it looks like it worked out pretty well. So definitely would recommend that if you're using any kind of paper that's not like coated. Like magazine paper and stuff like that is already coated, so it's not gonna bleed. But if you're using something else like other kinds of artisan paper, you might have a little problem with that. So that's just something you might want to try. Okay, cool. So now we can start. That's going to be dry super soon, and then we can start painting the rest of my little gal here. All right, next question is from, so now I'm moving on to my YouTube questions, and my next question is from Jennifer B, and she asks, if you could paint in another style other than your own, what would it be? Let's see. Again, it's happy hour again. It's always happy hour. I guess I should start calling this drink with me instead of paint with me. Anyways, that's how I get through this, you guys. That's why my questions are so honest and I'm so candid, because I'm drunk. No, just kidding. Don't call AA. I'm cool. I'm cool. What was the question? Okay, if you could paint in another style other than your own, what would it be? Okay, so I have a question about this. Does that mean that I automatically get their skills that they have? Or do I just get to, like, copy somebody with the skills that I possess right now? Because honestly, I don't think there's that many artists that I could come close to emulating with my current skill set. So for the sake of this question, I will pretend that I also get to have the skills of that artist. I have so many. I like a lot of different artists for different reasons. I like a lot of artists who are not that similar to each other, which I guess is kind of weird. Like, I'm a big fan of James Jean. Of course, I like Audrey Kawasaki. I'm a big fan of Sylvia G's work, actually. I think she's a big inspiration of mine, probably because we enjoy the similar subject matter, and we also went to the same art school. Just plugging that, but yeah, she doesn't know who I am, but it's still kind of cool. But yeah, I probably want to paint like her. I would say that. I love her saturated colors. I love her women, the way she portrays these strong women. Okay, I'm gonna pick her. I have a lot of artists, but I guess if I have to pick one, I would actually pick Sylvia G. I think I have a lot of fierce jealousy towards her, so that would be my answer. Next question is from Pia B. Are you excited about trying out new techniques in art, or maybe once in a while stepping completely out of your comfort zone? For example, would you ever try to do the work your boyfriend does just for fun, maybe? Well, number one, it probably would not be fun to try and do what my boyfriend does because he does it so much better than I do. No, just kidding. That's an interesting question. Gosh, you know, the truth is, like, I wish I had time to experiment more and try out different techniques, as you say, or just kind of play with art more. Since, like, art has become my job, I often find that I prefer to do other activities in my free time. So I don't often do just for fun art anymore. I know that sounds kind of sad. I don't want to, like, deter you guys from pursuing art as a career. But I often just feel kind of burnt out creatively, and I'm like, I just want to play video games or go dance or ride my bike or whatever. So yeah, I mean, I would. I guess the answer is I would love to. If for those of you that don't know, my boyfriend Brian is a very awesome, super awesome concept artist for games and film. And here I'm just going to show you a couple of his pieces really quick. Yeah, pretty freaking awesome. I'm super jealous. Actually, okay, he may watch this, but I don't really care. He knows this already. When I first started dating him, I saw his art. I Googled him before. I met him on Match.com. I don't know if I told you guys this. So I Googled him before I met him, and I saw his portfolio, and I was like, shit, no. I can't date someone that's this much better than I am. I'd never dated an artist before, so it was kind of like a new thing for me. But hey, we've come to find that we're so different that there isn't really much competition. He's amazing at what he does, but it's very different than what I do. So I was afraid of the competition, but actually we just really kind of help each other. Anyways, I got sidetracked from the question, but yeah, I do get definitely inspired to try something new. Actually, when I heard, okay, here I go on nerd tangent again, but when I heard that Mass Effect 4 was coming out, I was like, oh my gosh, I want to do like a concept design of like a half human, half Turian hybrid girl, and I started it, and I was having fun with it, and then I didn't finish it, and I didn't have time to go back to it, so it was kind of sad. But I definitely do get that urge to design characters, fashion design. I don't really get like a hankering to do landscape. Who knows? Maybe Pia, you've inspired me to do that. So thanks for your question. It's a good one. Lisa L asks, I was thinking of doing art as my major, but I'm worried about not making any money once I graduate. Do you think art is a good major to be in? Oh gosh, this is kind of a common question, but it's also a little bit of a misnomer, I guess is the word I'm looking for here. Is, you can make money doing lots of things that you wouldn't necessarily think you could make money doing. However, you will probably not make money right when you graduate. That is uncommon. I will tell you guys the truth there. A few artists, my boyfriend Brian included, was offered many in-house design art jobs at game studios and film studios before he even graduated, because he's just awesome like that. But for the most of us, the average artists, doesn't usually have a job lined up right away. It's, if you want a sure thing, this is probably not the right choice for you. But if you're willing to work your little tail off, then it can be, definitely you can support yourself. It can be a lucrative career. It depends, it depends how big a deal money is to you. Because if it is like a very vital thing, then you might want to consider types of art jobs that are that pay more, like I said. So my boyfriend works for a game studio, and they pay him a competitive rate for the San Francisco Bay Area, so that's pretty good. And we live, well, he makes more than me, and that's just how it is. I will say this, though, that if you are currently going to school, or wait, you haven't chosen a major yet, is if you do your research ahead of time, that might help you. I was a little lost, so actually I didn't really know which way I wanted to go in school, and I wish I would have done a little more homework, if you will, during school to see what kinds of jobs were out there, and then geared myself toward that. I think that would have been more helpful. Brian, my boyfriend, which I should have him come on here and talk to you guys sometime, he did that. He realized probably like his junior year or something that he wanted to pursue concept art. So he really looked into what kinds of things, what kinds of work would be good for his portfolio, and he did that. So he prepared much earlier than I did. So anyway, that's a thought as well. But again, the choice is yours, and yours alone, Anybody get that joke? If you do, tell me. Yeah, so good luck, Lisa. I hope you figure it out, but hey, you know, it's still early. If you try it and you feel like that's not for you, then no problem. Okay, Austin Taylor, can we send you art for critiques? I'm pretty sure that I've already addressed this before, but sorry, Austin. You know what? Okay, Austin, this is super weird, but I was almost named that. If I was a boy, my parents were gonna name me Austin Taylor. Weird, kind of weird. So I could have been Austin Taylor, the artist. Anyways, kind of strange. But no, I don't actually. I'm unable to because I just get so many. It would take me all day, every day to critique people and get I can't. So that is why, though, that I'm doing my online class, and there you will be able to get feedback directly from me. I'll work with you to help you on your portfolio. So that's why I'm doing the online class. So I don't take them at this time, but I will be soon. I'm excited. It's starting to come together. I have quite a few of the modules done and uploaded, so I'm getting more and more excited as time progresses. Blake Brewer asks, if you were a drag queen, what would your name be, and who would you want to be your drag mother? Oh my god. Oh, I love this question, Blake. Thank you. This is awesome. Oh gosh. Okay, so I think I actually have an answer to this, shockingly enough. A couple of things that pop to mind are I for a while I had a screen name that I used just for like some stuff, and I called it Heavenly Flowers because Leilani in Hawaiian means flower of heaven. And Ramona Flowers is my alter ego, so Heavenly Flowers is kind of my alter ego. So I might be Heavenly Flowers, the drag queen, or if I wanted to get a little more kitschy and silly with it, kids at school invented a name for me that I could possibly use as my drag name, and if I say it, you're not gonna like start spreading it around now, but some probably boy in my 6th grade class came up with "Come on, I want to Leia" or "Lay on me." "Lay on me" was the one they liked, so maybe I'd be "Lay on me joy" or "Lay on me a lot" or something like that. So there you have it. There's my drag name. As far as my drag mother, though, oh gosh, that's hard. I'm gonna have to choose like a few. Okay, so I would probably say, I definitely have to have Sharon Needles because like I'm a big Sharon Needles fan. I would have Latrice Royale. I love Latrice. I love Latrice so much. I'd have Raven, and I think that's actually probably pretty good. Yeah, so I'd have Sharon Needles, Latrice Royale, and Raven, because then I would be spooky, funny, and sexy, and that would be the perfect drag queen. So yes, that's my answer. Thank you, Blake. Oh, I hope I got to meet Manila once. I do love Manila too because she's like my Filipino homegirl. But I don't know. I love her too, but I think I would have to go with those as my options. I'm gonna answer the next question for Electra Paris. Wow, that's super cool. Is that your actual name? There's a drag name. That's super cool. I take it back. I'm gonna be Electra Paris as my drag name. Hope you don't mind. Sorry. Will there be a class you make focusing on anatomy? I really love art, but I'm not the best at drawing people. I feel like a class on anatomy would be extremely helpful to a lot of people. So here's the thing about that. I am going to have a section on anatomy and some techniques to kind of improve your anatomy and stuff like that. But I'm not going to have that be the bulk of the class. It's just going to be kind of like an overview and some kind of tricks you can brush up your anatomy. So the thing about anatomy is that it is like kind of a huge subject. I think I've mentioned this before to you guys, but in art school, you have to take like years and years and years of figure drawing. I took, oh God, figure 1, figure 2, figure 3, nude figure, heads and hands 1, heads and hands 2, anatomy 1, anatomy 2, clothes figure 1, clothes figure 2, clothes figure 3, figure painting 1 and 2. So it's nuts. Like, they really pack it on, and I still don't feel like I'm a master. So hopefully that doesn't discourage you. I just, to be honest, I don't feel that I'm actually the best person to teach you that. I do kind of stylized stuff, and I think I kind of found anatomy that works for what I do. But I don't think I'm actually the best person to teach you figure drawing. I would recommend you, if you, I'm not sure how old you are, but if you can go to your junior college and take figure drawing, or there's probably some other online classes that might be useful. Although drawing from life, though, is typically the best way to learn, and just doing it over and over again. Something about the human figure, it's not really the same when it's just a photo. There's just a movement to it that you can only get from drawing from life. So if you're able to, or just have a friend post, maybe not nude. You don't have to like have your friends nude, unless there's like a hot guy in your class and be like, so I'm an artist, and would you mind posing for me? Draw me like one of your French girls. Anyways, that might be something you could check out as well. Actually, this is weird that you mentioned this, though. I just happen to have, this is random because I was looking at this earlier, I just happen to have this book right next to me, which is called Anatomy for the Artist. Whoop, there it is. And this is a super, super great book. Caution, there may be some nudity. I'll just flip through it really quickly, but I don't want to like show you guys like some extreme naked stuff. But there's some great things in these like overlays over the figure, so you can see like the muscle groups and stuff, and like skeletons, how the skeleton works in the body. There's a bunch of portraits for reference. The neck, it's awesome. So I recommend this. It's Sarah Simblett photography by John Davis, and it's called Anatomy for the Artist. So I would recommend picking up this book. It's really useful tool. It's one of my favorites. I've got some other books on this, but I do like this one, and it just happens to be here next to it. So there you go, Electra Paris. Hope that helps you out. Okay, so I'm kind of working on this hair here. You know me, I just love a good giant hairdo. See, that's the drag queen in me. There she is. I just, the bigger the hair, the better. The bigger the hair, the closer to God. Did RuPaul say that? I feel like she probably said that at some point. Okay, so next I have Amoya G, and they ask, I have a question. I am on a low budget, and I'm looking for a paper brand to try that would work with watercolor. Do you have any suggestions? By the way, the highest amount I can spend is like $30. Okay, why don't you go to the art store and ask them, probably. I mean, if I don't really know off the top of my head, like, what's under $30. I mean, just buy whatever you can. Canson's not bad. I think it's the Winsor Newton watercolor blocks. That's what I like the most, because you don't have to stretch it. So the thing about watercolor paper is, guys, that if you just paint on like loose paper, it wrinkles up, and you don't want that. So when you're a beginner, I really recommend the watercolor blocks. They're a little bit expensive, but basically the paper is already like, it's glued down to the pad, like in a block, literally. So you can paint on it, and then once you're done painting and it's dry, you can just use an X-Acto knife to like cut around the edges and peel it off. I think the cheapest one is like $50, so you may need a little bit more money, but that's what I would recommend, because otherwise you could get a loose paper pad that's like cheap, but all of it's going to be super wrinkled. But yeah, just go to your art store and see what they say. I'm sure they can help you out with that. They're usually quite knowledgeable about their available products. All right, Rainy Pie asks, will you ever show us your unfinished pieces or photos from painted over attempts? I don't know. I've shown you guys pretty much because on my Art NuVogue episodes, I feel like I'm pretty like straight up about that. Like when it doesn't go well, I'll show you. I'll show you that. So yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty open about that. When I have to like start over, which happens a lot, I just kind of like include it sometimes in the process. So yeah, so check out my videos, my other videos for that. So anyways, where was I? Harvey P asks, I love the series you're doing on Paint Along. Yay, I'm glad. Thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I know you talked about copyright in your previous videos, but I have a question and I'm having a very difficult time finding the answer. If I want to paint a girl wearing, let's say, Jeremy Scott shoe or Versace dress, would I be infringing on copyright? Oh, that's a good question. I think so. I'm not a lawyer. You guys probably know this. I'm not a legal attorney person. But I believe the short answer is yes. If it is their design, I think that technically it is. You know, I don't know though. That's a kind of a gray area because, yeah, you're doing a drawing of shoe or clothing. I would have to ask, like, a copyright lawyer that knows more about this than I do. But that's a good question. So, yeah, I'm not totally sure. I think, though, it's pretty much like if it's recognizable, then you're infringing on it. But I may have to look into that a little bit more for you because I'm not totally sure. So sorry, that wasn't like the best answer for you. But yeah, I'm curious as well because I like to draw fashion designs as well. I used to do like kind of fashion designs and like draw Prada shoes on there and stuff. Like I loved doing that. So yeah, I don't know. We'll look into that for you. We'll find out. Ryan O.F. asks, your makeup looks so good in this video. Oh, thank you. And your hair is on fleek. Girl, work it. I love this comment. My question is, do you like Adore Delano, and would you draw any drag queens from RuPaul? Is this the drag episode? I think I'm going to call this Paint Along the drag episode. It's so funny. Is there something I said recently that, like, I love drag queens. I love RuPaul's Drag Race. You guys already know. So, okay, this is funny that you ask this. Like, don't get mad, but, like, I really did not like Adore at first. She annoyed the heck out of me, and I was just like, seriously, how does someone who's, like, has the IQ of a sponge even get on this show? But I will also say that she kind of grew on me. There's something, like, kind of, I think this is why everyone loves her, is she's kind of, like, lovable. She's like a goofball, and she's like, yeah, she's not that smart. She's not too bright. She's not the sharpest tool in the shed. But she's a talented singer. Whoa, I just poured paint all over crazy. And yeah, I think she's kind of adorbs, if you will. Adore. People adore. But did I think she deserved to be in the final three? No, I don't really. I think that Ben de la Creme got robbed in that season, personally. But yeah, this is my 2 cents on it. But I on the show, I didn't feel that, like, most of her, like, looks and stuff, I was like, I don't know how that got passed, because that is janky. That hog body and the, like, dresses, like, a foot above the floor, that was, like, not cute, not professional. So, yeah. But yeah, no, I do like her. I just find her, I don't know, yeah, she kind of grows on you. She definitely does. Anyway, Trendy Chops asks, so here's a question. Have you ever accidentally drunk the water you were washing your paintbrush off in? By the way, I love your art. You inspire me daily. Thank you, Trinity. That's so sweet of you. Yes, I definitely have drank my paint water. Maybe that's why I'm a little cuckoo. Well, okay. I think every true artist drinks their paint water at some point. I saw this super funny thing. I really want to get these, actually. It's like a mug set. Have you guys seen this? It's a mug set, and it says, one says paint water, and one says not paint water. It's so funny. I definitely have stuck my paint... Well, I've also done this. I've stuck my paintbrushes in my tea or my drink. So, I've also done that. It's just artist life, right? Okay, next up I have Psycho Girl. Oh, I hope you're not too psycho. Do you have any advice for someone who wants to start painting? I've been drawing seriously for 4 years and I plan to pursue it as a career, but I don't know how to exactly, for lack of a better word, attack this situation. Any advice? Well, here's the thing. The core idea, the core like things about design, form, light and shadow, composition, those things don't change no matter what medium you're working in. So if you like to draw and you like to use graphite, most of that stuff should also translate into your painting as well. But it's hard to learn a new medium, especially if you're really used to drawing. Painting is kind of a whole new beast, if you will. Well, my advice would be take a class in it. It's really, really hard to teach yourself completely. Because every kind of paint is also different and has to be handled differently. So acrylic is used very different than watercolor or oil, and vice versa. This is a subject I'm going to be teaching in my class as well, so maybe this would be something helpful for you. I'm not going to teach in-depth, like, painting techniques per se, but I am going to talk about how the different mediums work and kind of help you choose your medium if you're not really sure just yet, like what medium you want to use. So yeah, that might be helpful for you. Go easy on yourself at first because it's not easy. It's really hard to learn a new medium, and you may find it quite frustrating at first and feel like you're fighting it because you're just so used to using just drawing materials. So I don't know, give yourself a little room for experimentation and just like enjoy it and have fun with it. Samantha R. asks, if you could make an estimate, how much would your art classes cost and when will they be available? Thanks for calling me out, Samantha, because I know I just keep saying when, or I haven't really said when. I'm aiming to have, I would like to say that they will be done in a month. I'm going to do one at first because one has taken me a lot of time. I think the second one will go a lot faster though, just because I kind of am getting the hang of like how to do all this. But realistically, I'd like to have it ready by October. I think that might be able to be doable, so that's what I'm aiming for right now. And my price estimate is the estimate that I estimated when I was doing it on Kickstarter is about the $300 mark. I'm hoping that I don't have to go over that. I would really like to keep it about $2.99, and that is what it costs. It depends though, because I kind of do want to calculate like how many hours that I put into it. The online college thing that it's not a college, the online thing that I'm hosting it through, they kind of recommend like a price point for how much content you have. So I will know for sure once I have that all figured out. But yeah, I'm gonna try and keep it around that. So I feel like you're gonna get your money's worth for that. I mean, especially because art school costs, you know, I don't even know what it costs now. It's so crazy. I think when I went to art school, it was like $600 or $700 a unit. So I'm sure it's way more than that now. Next up, I have, let's see. Okay, Victor S. asks, are you considering having kids and getting married anytime soon? Whoa. Hold on a minute. Mom, is that you? Is that you, Mom? Stop it. I told you to stop making fake screen names on YouTube and asking me this. So no on the kids. Definitely can say no on that right away. I know, like, probably my biological clock is ticking, but no. I have way too many video games to play. I don't have time for that right now. And I have too much art that I want to do. I mean, I know, like, you can still be an artist once you have kids, I guess. But I definitely think there's probably a good hiatus that you have to take. And, I'm still in the selfish time. I'm not ready for it. I'm just not. I don't know, like, oh God, I guess if we're gonna go here, I don't know, I used to feel like I was a lot more of a maternal person, but, like, in the last, I don't know, few years, I've just felt like I just don't want anything to do with that right now. Like, okay, so I'm at the age, you guys, where, like, my Facebook feed is like, baby, wedding, baby, marathon times. So that's, like, all I see now. And I just, like, I don't know. I mean, I guess I know a lot of women are saying this now, that they're just not getting that, like, maternal urge to, like, have kids. Like, so at this point I'm like, I hope I feel it. I guess I'm kind of opening up to you guys too much about this, but yeah, my mom always says, like, oh, don't say that, you love kids, like, you can't wait till you have kids. I'm like, I don't know. I don't like, here's the thing, I like kids. I like children that I can talk to, that I can do activities with and stuff. But frankly, I'm just not really into babies. I don't like diapers. I don't like vomiting. I have, like, I don't know if, I've never mentioned this, but I have, like, that vomit-ophobia thing. Like, I don't even like the word. I can't even say it. If there's vomiting in a movie, like, I'll have to leave the room. If someone throws up, I am out of there. I will jump a table to get out of there. I can't deal with it. So yeah, so children come with a lot of vomiting in here, so not super excited about that. Anyways, digress about the chillins. But yeah, would I like to have one someday that I could do art projects with, and, like, yeah, I would. But yeah, we'll report later. Maybe that will happen on this, while I do these videos. Who knows? It'll be me in, like, another, maybe not 10 years, but I don't know, 5 years. I don't know. Stop putting pressure on me! As far as the married thing, can't really go into this too much. My boyfriend and I will have been together for 6 years at the end of this month. Yay! And we are doing the talking. So, don't know, maybe soon? Okay, yeah. I'm done with this. I'm done with this subject. It's making me uncomfortable. Thank you, Victor, for asking the hard questions. Eliana Harmony asks, any tips on ways to receive inspiration? Like, do you look at Pinterest, scavenge Deviant Art, draw from life and experiences? All of those are good. I use all of those, to be honest. I don't know. Sometimes, I don't know. I have a weird brain, you guys. I don't know. Like, sometimes I'll be, like, laying in bed at night and, like pictures will just, like, appear in my brain. Like, I don't know how to explain that, really. But usually, though, they're, like, really, kind of, abstract. Like, I don't, like, sometimes have, like a pose or something in mind, per se. Like, yeah, I mean, those things are good. I would say this, though, don't get too caught up, like, looking at Deviant Art and stuff, because I find, personally, that a lot of times I just start to get, like, intimidated by other artists, and then I'm kind of like, no, I'm not going anywhere with this. So, yeah, I would say use in moderation. Recently, someone in my in my Bad Apple group came up with this awesome idea it didn't get chosen as our auction theme, but I kind of wanted it to. And it was the idea to like paint a song. So like a piece inspired by a song. And I thought that was a really great idea. I would really love to do that. Maybe I'll do it here on the paint along or on a Art NuVogue episode. But that's a really, really cool idea. So there you go. That might be some inspiration for you. There's so much good stuff out there. Like, I mean, get out of the internet too. I say this, like, go to an actual museum, go see some of the masters. Like, I just think that's, I don't know. I always feel very inspired by that when I see that stuff. So I'd recommend that too. Deviant Art, I feel, like, not to knock Deviant Art, but I just feel like there's a lot of junk on there. I don't know, like, no offense to anybody, I just feel like you can get kind of like hypnotized by it. So yeah, I don't know, try some of those other things as well, and see if they get your creative juices flowing. Danny B asks, do you ever have experience interruptions when working on a project? You get into rhythm only to get yanked out of your world by a friend or family emergency. Term used lightly here. Would you have any advice for getting your momentum back? Oh, yeah, that's hard. I definitely know, like, when you're in the zone, you're in the zone, and it's good. Like, I've had, you know, most artists would say, I think, that when you're in it, and nothing will get you out of it. Like, my boyfriend Brian, I think he gets into it even more than I do. And sometimes I'm like, you need to eat food. You need to drink some water. I'm going to force it on you. He's like, no, I've really got this. And I'm like, no, you're going to die. Actually, when I met Jasmine Beckett Griffith at Spectrum a few years ago, she said she is really, really like that. Like, she gets so deep in her zone that, like, she does not come out unless she said her husband has to, like, bring her food and put it next to her painting. I mean, she's a machine, man. Like, I admire her. She is but she's a machine. But as far as getting back into it, it's hard. You know, okay, come to think of it, I really like to paint to soundtracks, like movie soundtracks, or actually game soundtracks as well. Mass Effect. Skyrim is a favorite soundtrack of mine. It is beautiful. And, like, you know how, like, when you have a favorite movie or a game, like I do, when you hear the music from it, you just, like, totally get, like, transported back into it. Or if it's a really great film, then you can kind of, like, see it in your head. So I think that would be a good recommendation if you have, like, some, like, favorite film or game soundtrack. Actually, another one I recommend is, there's a game called Journey. It was for PS3. It was such a beautiful game. I cried at it. It was just, like, beautiful. It was just a very short game. But its soundtrack was beautiful. I used to listen to it to go to sleep at night. I was just, like, I'm super into it. It actually won a Grammy. My super cool sister used to work for the Grammy Awards, and I think she actually mentioned it to me. She's like, have you heard of this game? I'm like, yes. She's like, oh, well, it won a Grammy Award for, like, best game soundtrack. So, recommend that. But yeah, give that a try. That kind of helps you, like, transport you back into that place. I like that. Or maybe an audiobook would help you too. You can, like, go back into the story where you left off and kind of just, like, go back into that world of the story. So yeah, that might help. Kyla Z asks, do you draw in a sketchbook, and is it possible that you can show us your sketches? And I love your work. Thank you, Kyla. I had a good friend in, like, elementary school named Kyla. It's not that common, I don't think. To answer your question, though, this is going to sound really bad. I'm going to sound like the worst artist in the world. But I don't really have a sketchbook. What the hell's going on outside? Sounds like something exploding. I don't know. The reason I don't is, like, again, like, I don't have time. It sucks. Like, most of the time I have to be working on a project, and like I've mentioned to you guys, I think before, I'm not like a very fast artist. Some people, maybe this is just because like I should practice more, but some people like they draw really, really quick, and I kind of want this to be lighter. Uno momento, por favor. I need to wipe this off. I kind of want this to just be very light blue, and it got a little bit darker than I intended. Artist problems, right here. Okay. What was I saying? Yeah, so I don't have a sketchbook because I don't have time for one. Carol K asks, do you have any art routines or habits that have made your art life easier or more professional? Ah, this is a good question. It kind of coincides with the last one a little bit. By the way, I always watch your videos, especially when I have a bad day, and they boost my mood immediately. Thank you for being so cheerful and real. Jasmine from Germany. Oh, Dankeschön, Jasmine. That is so sweet of you. Really, seriously, guys, like, that means a lot to me when you guys tell me that. That's so awesome of you. What was the question? Do you have any art routines or habits you've made as an artist to make your life easier? Yeah, definitely. It's kind of hard to, like, let's see. Well, I do have a system. Like, every time I approach a new piece of art, I kind of go about it the same way. This is actually something I'm going to teach in my class too, is just, I'm actually going to teach a whole module again on the professional process. So there's definitely a system to creating illustrations, especially when you work with clients, that is very effective. You know, professional art is not really a whole lot of, unless you're a true fine artist, but there's not a whole lot of like, put the canvas up and just see what happens. It's just not realistic. Maybe for some of us, but most of us kind of have to have like an outcome in mind. So yeah, I do have a process for that. I kind of have a research and development stage, and then I do sketches, and you know, there's kind of a whole process to that, which again, I'm gonna teach you guys step by step in my class. The other thing is I try to block out certain days for certain tasks, which doesn't always happen exactly as I would like. But I try to do Monday. I try to like, Monday I usually have a lot of Etsy orders or like emails from the weekend and stuff. So on Mondays I try to deal with any order situations and shipping. And then I try to deal with emails and stuff. So, because that's an email, you guys, God, it takes up so much time. So often I get very caught up in that, and I'm like, okay, I can only do this Monday. Tomorrow I'm not going to do any email, or I'm not going to do any responding to anything. Got to kind of go off the grid. So then I'll try and do another day where I'm like, today is painting day, and I'm going to paint. So that's actually why I really like these paint-alongs, because I'm like, okay, on Monday or Tuesday, I'm going to see, this should be called the paint on. I'm going to film my paint along and do a new painting, so that kind of gets me going, which is nice. And then I'll have another day lately where I'm like, okay, today is class day, and I'll do just working on the class and filming for the class. And yeah, that's how I kind of do it. So I do block out my time as best as I can, and try to stick to that, because it really helps. Otherwise, you know, you're going to get super overwhelmed once you're in the professional zone and you're like, I can't do all this, but you can, you know, mostly. You might have to learn how to say no sometimes, which I've had to, which is hard. I mean, I guess I should say I feel like I've made it now that I can actually say no to commissions. Like before I'd be like, I'll take anything. I'll draw your baby dressed like a monkey or whatever you want. But now I'm like, oh, I would love to do it, but I just can't do them all because I don't have the time. So yeah, so hopefully that answers it for you. Nerdy Art, the art girl. Hey, I'm nerdy too. Yay, we can be friends. Original art is really difficult for me to come up with. Do you have any good tips for trying to think of original art? Again, actually, this could go for you too. I think the song idea might be a good inspiration because that's, not really an existing image, right? So like, I'm weird like this. Maybe because I used to dance. I used to do a lot of dance, but I used to have this thing where I'd listen to a song and then I would like make up. Do other people do this? I don't know. I'd really like to take a poll. I would make up like a music video in my head, like especially if I hadn't seen a music video for it, I would like make one up that went with it, and I'd have like choreography in there and like different scenes. Like I loved doing that, and sometimes I'm like, gosh, I wish I had some way to actually like shoot this idea in my head. So maybe that would be a good way for you to come up with some original art. So maybe just like choose 5 songs or less, 3 or 4 songs, and just like sit in a room, don't do anything, just put your headphones on and just listen to them and like see what plays in your head. And from those 3 songs, see if like an image like forms or jumps out that you want to like get down on paper. There you go. There's your assignment to come up with some original artwork. So that could be a good exercise for a lot of you guys that are feeling stuck. I think I want to do this too now because it just sounds like a fun thing to do. All right, so I'm gonna keep painting on her dress here. Okay, I gotta double check now and then that I'm recording because I don't know if you guys noticed this, but on my last paint along video, I accidentally what is that thing? My camera died while I was filming the commentary bit, so I was like, oh crap, now it doesn't line up and it's all like funkified. So now I'm trying to like make sure it's going. All right, so that's all I had for YouTube when I looked for questions. So if I missed your question on YouTube, it probably came in after I already like made a note of these. So I'm going over to Instagram now, and these are my Instagram questions. Number 1 is from Dora Laura. Where's your favorite trip or holiday been to? Love your channel. Thank you very much. My favorite trip. I honestly have not traveled that much, so I would like to. I'm going to soon, actually. But probably favorite trip. That's hard. My family really likes Hawaii. That's why my name is Leilani, which is Hawaiian, if you guys didn't know. My parents my parents technically got engaged there, so that's kind of like how I got my name. So I love Maui, especially. I love Hawaii, and when I've been lucky enough to go quite a few times. So that's definitely one of my favorites. I love New York very much. I've been there only 3 times, but love New York. Love to go there. Would love to go there again. Love the restaurants. See the shows. I saw Hairspray and Chicago when I was there, and that was so much fun. I recently went to Philadelphia, not recently, but last year, and I really enjoyed that city. That was a really cool place. Yeah, but actually, I have big news for you guys. In November, I'm going to be going to Japan and Thailand, and I could not be more excited. So I think that might end up being my favorite trip or holiday. Cannot wait. I'm learning Japanese, you guys, so I'm so proud. I'm learning how to speak a little Japanese, so if you want, I'll try it on you right now, and we'll see how it goes. So, let's see. I can say, Watashi wa Amerikajin desu, and Ego ga wakarimasu ka? What else do I know? Nani o tabemasu ka? Yeah, so I'm learning. I'm getting there. Hopefully it sounds good. Oh, I can also ask where stations are. Shinjuku eki wa doko desu ka? So yeah, I'm working on that. If you guys, anybody speak Japanese, let me know how I'm doing, if I'm getting a good accent or not. I'm super excited because Japan, I mean, I'm very inspired by anime, as you guys know. It's just been one of the places I've always wanted to go, and I am so excited. I cannot wait for that. And Thailand as well. I love Thailand. Is beautiful, and I cannot wait. I love the food. I know that. So yeah, if anybody has been, if you have anything to suggest, let me know. I would definitely like to look into it. All right, two little piggies. I love your name. I have two little piggies, little guinea piggies, Bam and Boo over there. Yeah, so guess we are kindred spirits. Do you have any tips on using social media as a platform to share your work? As in, how do you grow your audience and good ways of getting them to engage? Really love your work and find it very inspiring. Thank you. Also, really love this paint along series. Keep up the wonderful work. Thank you, two little piggies. So again, actually, my business of art class is going to be business of art / social media, like networking and advertising. So I'm not going to talk too much about that right now, just because it's a huge subject. Number one. Yeah, it's just like, I don't even know where to start. It's just, it's amazing. It's a great time to be an artist because of this stuff. But it is, like you have probably run into, it's a big online world out there. And at times it's kind of hard to know what's the best platforms for your art. How do you get it seen? All that stuff. And honestly, I have learned this along the way through trial and error, and figuring out what works for me, what works for my type of artwork. So I'm going to kind of like put a little ellipses. Oops. My camera card is full, so I'm going to have to change that out. But to finish answering this question, I'm going to put a little ellipses on this question for now, because I am going to offer you guys a full in-depth class on that exact subject. So hang tight for that. I really do want to share that stuff with you, but I'm not quite there yet. So just give me a little more time for that. Okay, so I don't have too much time left, but I'm going to try and get this little painting as far as I can before we go. It's coming along. It's starting to get there. But yeah, so I'll start working on her little face here, and try and get some of those details in while we finish up. So I have time for I can do 4 more questions. Okay, so let's hit it. Alejandro Art asks, what made you come up with the name Art NuVogue for your videos? I actually owe credit to Brian for that one. I met him actually very like about the same time as I started my video blog, and he came up with it because I was like, well, I want something that like relates to, at the time I actually really wanted to pursue fashion illustration more seriously, so I wanted something kind of like fashion sounding, and I don't know, something catchy. And he was like, how about Art NuVogue? Because you like Art Nouveau, like you're inspired by that, swirly lines and all. And so I was like, oh my gosh, that's it. That's the name of my show. And there you have it. I don't know, I had somebody that like contacted me years ago, and they're like, I really like that name, so I want to use that name too for my website or something. I'm like, hell no, that is my name. You can't have Art NuVogue. That's mine, copyrighted to me, trademark. But yeah, so that's how the name came about, being a combination of art, fashion, and Art Nouveau. So I think that works pretty well, actually. I never had any regrets about that. All right, Desiree Anime says, first I just want to say I love all your paintings. You've been a big inspiration for me. Oh, thank you. And second, what anime do you watch if you do? Oh gosh, you know what? I'm terrible. I haven't watched any for years. I'm like one of those people, I like the old ones that I like used to watch, you know, like Sailor Moon. I liked Tenchi Muyo. I liked this one called Angel Sanctuary, and I don't think they actually ever finished, like, I don't know if they ever finished making it. I know it was a long manga series, and so far I only could find one anime, so I don't know if they never finished the anime or what happened, but I was into that one. I haven't really watched any recently, and I really should, because I know there's some good ones. If any of you have some suggestions for me, I like the kind of romance ones, I like some comedy, I like, I don't know, I like horror ones too. I liked this one vampire one, Hellsing was one that I liked a lot. Nightwalker was one I liked, which I think was also a short anime about like a vampire. You know, see the one that I really don't get, okay, don't start like slamming me here, but the one I don't get like what all the hype is about is Akira. Like, I know it's like an anime masterpiece, but like, I don't know, it just never really did much for me. I kind of prefer like, I don't know, Studio Ghibli kind of, anime, I guess, other than, I don't know, I should watch it again. I saw it like years ago and I was like, yeah, this is just alright. I don't know. Unico is my favorite anime. I can't believe I didn't mention that. Oh my god. Does anyone know what Unico is? Anybody out there? I know it's like super rare. My mom had videotaped it on a VHS tape off TV. And that was my favorite thing ever until my dad taped some, like, sports game over it. And, like, I was just, oh, God, I was just devastated. But I finally found it on DVD, so my life is now complete again. I don't know. Do you guys like that little, like, swirly thing? I don't know. I haven't decided. I know sometimes, like, the, like, Gibson girls do that. I guess maybe it's, like, too Spanish looking, though. Let's see. I know he likes to do those little, yeah, see, like those little curlies. Well, maybe we'll do just like a little curly instead of that. Yeah, there we go. Mandolin art. Mandolin, you're in there again. You got lots of questions, girl. Hey, Leilani. Well, such a beautiful name. Thank you. My question is, what are 3 things that you have learned since college or in college that you would like to advise to others who are pursuing freelance or freelance art careers? Also, for those choosing freelance, do you think social media is important? Oh my gosh. Okay. Again, this is a giant question. And, you know, like I said earlier, for 2 Little Piggies, it's just too big of a question to answer, like, in this kind of environment. So this is going to be the subject of my business and art class is kind of what I'm calling it, but it's kind of just like doing art professionally type class and everything that you need to do. So I'm going to talk about that. Also in my class, I'm kind of talking about what the class that I'm doing now, which is my art school crash course class. I'm talking about everything, the most important things that I learned in art school. And then I'm also going into the most important things I learned after art school. So I thought that that would be kind of valuable because I honestly I definitely didn't do all my learning in school. I did probably more learning, a different kind of learning outside of school. So yeah, so again, that's why I'm doing the classes, because I really do want to go into this and I want to get to the down and dirty of it, but it's just like, you know, when you're catching me kind of candid like this, I don't have a quick, easy answer because it isn't a quick, easy question. So I will be back to that mandolin art. So just, you know, keep your, what's the expression? Like, wait, I can't think of it. I can't think of that. What is it? Keep your hat on? No, that's not. I don't know. Whatever. Anyways, my last question I'm going to be able to answer today is going to be from Rice Penguin. I like your name, Rice Penguin. Let's see. I'm going to find a color for her lip color here. While, well, I already have some nice pinks mixed, but I want to kind of mute this out a little bit. So let's find my little teeny brush. Just a minute, Rice Penguin, I'm coming. Hold on, Rice Penguin. Uno momento. One minute. How do you say hold on a minute in Japanese? Anybody know? I think I've heard totomate. No, that's hurry up, right? Hurry up? I don't know. Okay, Rice Penguin. I love these so much. Oh, thank you, Rice Penguin. I'm happy to have you. You're such a huge inspiration to me. Thank you. I'm so glad. Let's see. Anyway, I was just wondering, you mentioned once that you are mixed ethnicities, and I was just wondering, do those different cultures have any influence on your art and inspire you in any way? Or is there any culture in particular whose art inspires you? Oh, that's a great question. Before I answer that, do you guys know what ethnicity I am? Just take a wild guess. People guess all the time and usually they guess wrong. I had this weird guy in college who was convinced I was Indian. I'm not sure. I don't happen to be Indian, but he actually like tried to talk me into it. He's like, "Are you sure? You're sure you're not Indian? Because I'm sure you're Indian." I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm not, weirdo. Anyways, I am a quarter Filipino. My dad is half Filipino. His father is from the Philippines. And my mom is half Portuguese and half, I guess, German, mostly, other European, whatever. So my grandmother is full-blooded Portuguese. So yeah, I'm a bit of a mutt, but I am a quarter Portuguese and a quarter Filipino, which is my strongest. I unfortunately don't know much about either culture because my dad's dad, my grandpa from the Philippines, passed away when he was quite young, and I never had a chance to meet him, sadly, and we don't speak the language. Yeah, and I've never been to the Philippines, and same with my mom's side. They don't speak Portuguese anymore, and don't know the language and don't know much about it, but I would like to. I would love to travel there and kind of find out where my people come from. So yeah, so excited about that. I have my mom's side of the family, we're kind of a big Portuguese bunch, and we're loud and fun, and we have great parties. So yeah, and unfortunately, I don't really have any Filipino family that I know of. So we have not gotten to know that side of our background very much, sadly. But as far as the cultures, I'm inspired by lots of cultures. I don't know. I'm really excited, like I said, to go to Japan and Thailand, because I think I'm just going to get so much inspiration from that that's just going to be like mind-blowing. I'll have to do some video or blogging or something while I'm there. I don't know. I love Indian. I've done Kali. I love Greek and mythology. I don't know, Asian. I love it all. I really do. And I want to finish my Mayan princess. I'm kind of exploring that culture as well. So yeah, I don't know. I love all cultures. I'd love to learn more about each and every one, and bring that inspiration into my work. So thanks, Rice Penguin. Great question. All right, guys. Well, that's all the time I unfortunately have for today. I need to eat because my stomach's going to start growling now, and you're gonna hear it. But we definitely made some progress today. She's looking pretty cute. We need a little bit more. But yeah, so I can probably finish this up maybe on the next episode, or finish it up and show you guys how it turned out. Once it's finished, I'll offer it in my Etsy store, right there, and you can take her home with you. Okay, so thank you guys for watching. Remember to ask your questions at #askLJ. And remember to please just quickly review the other paint-along videos I have. I've put listed out all the asked questions and time links to each of them so you can find them easily. And also come by my frequently asked questions page at leilanijoy.com/FAQ, because if it's one of my most frequently asked questions, I probably won't answer it on the paint along, just because most of you guys already know the answers. Things that you'll find there, for example, is like how to make your own prints, you know, where I went to school, more questions about finding your own style, how to charge for your art, commission information. I have a lot of information about that on my frequently asked questions page, so you can find that there. All right, guys, thanks a lot, and I hope to see you guys next week. Bye-bye.